Superman's Power Jimmy Olsen issue 5 sees Bruce Wayne out on the town with his hot new date Miss Tam Tam, a social media influencer. Bruce jokes about being Batman as the date comes to an abrupt stall thanks to no common ground, and the woman not finding Bruce funny at all. Sometime before, Toyman and ventriloquist's turf war spills into the streets of Gotham and Metropolis, so Superman and Jimmy meet with Batman, who's busy brooding over the rainy city. As he asks who Jimmy is, the young man tries to introduce himself, but Batman isn't happy as the villain is there. Jimmy tries taking some pictures of the iconic meeting, but Batman knocks the camera away, calling him the enemy as he swings away into the broody night. Superman apologizes, saying that Batman is pretty messed up lately. In the present, a man talks to Jimmy about his work, building large-scale recreations of small things like pennies or thimbles. He talks about how Calendar Man wanted him to do a job, asking him to make a giant tearaway dog-themed calendar, but the man refused, so the villain beat him and murdered his family and burned down his house. Jimmy, acting as Timmy Olsen, reveals he's interviewing the man for the joke show he has made for the internet, as the man says the police don't care and neither does Batman, so he's forced to come on the web show to try and catch Batman's fancy. Timmy says that to get Batman's attention, they will pull a bunch of pranks throughout Gotham, beginning with filling a frozen yogurt shop with as many jokers as they can before Batman takes notice. Timmy sends in more and more jokers until Batman does indeed show up, knocking Jimmy out. He reawakens, finding a note that tells him that Batman will be meeting him tonight. Later at Wayne Tower, Bruce overhears some of the people he employs are getting paid to laugh at his jokes. Speeding home, Bruce asks Alfred how much he's paid people to laugh at his jokes. Alfred reveals that he has paid out $85,400, and Batman says that he found out since he's an amazing detective, of course. He says Alfred's pay will be docked, and he gets him to leave the food that he brought him as he puts on the arrow hat he had, saying that he is indeed hilarious. Sometime later, Jimmy's funeral is had, with Metamorpho delivering the eulogy, which vaguely mentions he's going to pawn some of Jimmy's stuff. Suddenly, the grave explodes, and the people are showered with what Clark determines are bits of artificial decoy corpse. A person crawls from the grave, and some think it's a zombie, but Clark knows it to be Dr. Mantell, somehow back from the dead. Mantell reveals that he escaped the ultra space by putting a homing beacon in the one thing that was indestructible, Superman's signal watch that Jimmy had. He realizes he's in Jimmy's grave and wants to know what he's done, but Clark tells him that it was just a decoy corpse, which Mantell remembers he made for Jimmy. Mantell comes to the conclusion that if the decoy corpse and the watch were in the grave, then someone tried to kill Jimmy. Clark, Lois, and Perry all ask who would want Jimmy dead, what did he do to provoke it, and when and where did he go. Lois, of course, already knows most of this as she spies Jimmy's brother Julian is still there. Back in 1888, Hannah Alexandria Luther and Jimberly Jimington Olsen share a dance at a ball, much to the chagrin of their respective feuding families. The two fall in love, but their families tear them apart, but it doesn't stop them from writing letters to one another or arranging secret rendezvous, which led to Jimberly being shot in the leg by Hannah's father. Because of this, the two went their separate ways, marrying other families. Lex learns that Hannah had 3 children, but he knows one of the kids definitely isn't a Luther. In Metropolis, Jennifer Olsen is finally putting on her controversial new play about hating her father. Jennifer is outside the theater smoking when a disguised Jimmy approaches his sister. She doesn't believe it's really him until he takes off his clown wig and glasses disguise. She is happy her brother is alive as Jimmy says that they need to talk. She quickly hails a cab and the two go to his apartment, where after Jimmy tells her the rules for talking about Luther, they find a bat-themed box waiting outside his apartment door. Jennifer goes to open it and Jimmy tells her that he is in a prank war with Batman, but it's too late since she opens the box and Dexter jumps out, spewing blood everywhere and all over the Olsens as Jimmy says that Batman is hilarious and it's game on now. Superman's Power Jimmy Olsen issue 5 continued the hilarity as Jimmy gets into an all-out prank war with Batman. It's so hilarious that that's what the book is, just Jimmy getting into wacky fights with heroes and a series of funny shorts that look into the life of Jimmy's family and how it's connected to the Luthers and nefarious plans that he has going. The absurdity of it all is what really makes it so much fun, and I hope we get even more absurd stuff as Batman ups the ante in their prank war. I'm going to give this issue a 9.5 out of 10.